Hello, my friends. Welcome back. How are you? I hope doing okay. Let's read the inspiration for the day and see what we got. If you always do what you always did, you will always get what you always got. Albert Einstein. I like that. Okay, let's cruise on over and see what I'm up to today. All right, y'all know what that is. That's a pumpkin. Look at the little leaf it's got in it, in the lid. Can you see it? Okay, so the chrome powders are back by Let's Resin. Apparently, I never knew that they ever had them. I missed that somehow. But I did see on my Instagram account that one of their reels, they were showing these chrome powders off, and it said they are back. So that's how I know that they, had them before. But somehow I completely missed that. I've never had these, and I was so excited to get them. I paid for these. I am an affiliate for Let's Resin, but I paid for these right here because I wanted them ASAP. So I'm going through the colors right now that they have inside of the kit. I hope you can see them. While I was talking, I couldn't read them to you. This one's rose red, gold, holographic silver, purple, and this green right here is beautiful. So we're going to do the gold and the green for our pumpkin here. And let's see how it turns out using these chrome powders. I'm going to flip my mold inside out so it will give us easy access to brush that chrome powder onto the mold. And I'm just going to use the little brush that they provided us with, and let's see how good it works. And then I'm also going to put a little piece of paper down here over my silicone mat because I cannot stand for these powders or anything to get on my mat. It's kind of hard to get them off. Okay, here we go. We're going to go ahead and brush this chrome powder on here. And this is the color gold. And I'm going to speed the video up somewhere coming up soon so that we can get through brushing this. Because that would be boring just to sit and watch me brush it in real time. How's everybody doing today? It's Tuesday. Tomorrow will be hump day, halfway through the week, y'all. I cannot believe that we are almost into September. Y'all, we're going to blink our eyes and it's going to be Christmas. I'm telling you, this year has just blew straight by me. I'm telling you, I don't know where this year went. But I feel like I was not part of it. It just went by so fast. Okay, that was pretty easy. Let's see if I can get it turned back the other way without messing anything up. We might have to brush down in there again. I'll check it out and make sure. Now let's get our lid, and I'm going to take that green color that is so beautiful and brush it in here on our little leaf here. And I think we might do the little stem green too. I wish I had like a dark brown, because I would have just popped that color in there for the little stalk. But I'm just going to do it green. A real pretty dark brown glitter would have been really pretty. And I can't reach completely down in there. It's like leaving a little space with no powder in it because of the way the brush is shaped. So I may grab a smaller brush and just dip down in there and grab that little streaked area. right there that I couldn't reach with the other brush. Now, I think we have it completely done. It's brushed completely all the way. Now I'm going to take my little Q-tip here, and I have put some alcohol on it, and I'm going to clean up my mess. And I'm going to make sure I get in the rim there really good. I'm getting our list ready for the I Made It giveaway from video number 126. I will post the list in my community tab. So check that out and make sure you're on it if you made it. Okay, I'm going to speed the video up a little bit right here so I can get this lid finished and we can move on. I'm so excited to see what these chrome powders are going to look like. And I will put them in my description box, the link, in case you would like to treat yourself to a set. And use my code, Tammy Blaine, to get you a 10% off and save a little bit of money. And of course, I get a little kickback from it. It's not much, but hey, every little bit helps. And I'm almost finished brushing this mold. And then we will go ahead and get some resin and drop it off in here. Okay, I have some resin here. I mixed up 220 milliliters of Let's Resin epoxy. And I don't like adding my powder this way. I like to put a little bit of powder and a little bit of resin and get it stirred up and then pour the rest of my epoxy. But I already had everything in this cup and I didn't want to grab another cup. So I went ahead and chunked it in here. And I wished I wouldn't have because I don't like doing that. I'm scared it's going to leave a little clump of it. Now I'm going to spray a little bit of alcohol in the mold. And I'm not sure if I should have done that because I'm afraid it's going to make my powders leak down the side on the inside of the mold. So hopefully that won't happen. And I poured a little bit of resin in there. Now I'm going to get my heat gun and I'm going to heat that resin up a little bit and pop some bubbles. And then we'll go ahead and top the mold off. Oh goodness, y'all, I don't think we're going to have enough resin. I have some over there in the cup to the left of me that I made for the top, but we may have to use it to finish the pumpkin off. Yep, we don't have enough resin. So I'm going to say, I don't know yet. Let me fill the lid first. We're going to take the resin from the lid and I put some of the chrome powder in it. And we're going to put it in the pumpkin here. And let's see what we have left, if we have any left. Okay, we got a little bit left, but not enough to finish the lid. So I'm going to guess here. And I will let you know in my description box exactly how much it took. But it's probably going to be around 230 milliliters. Because I have some left in the cup. And I did 220. I did 220. So put 10 more with that. And I guarantee you that'll do the lid and the bottom. So I say 230 milliliters will fill this mold, the top and the bottom. Okay, let's put a little bit of alcohol on the top here. And I'm going to go ahead and throw in this resin right here we had left. And then I'm going to mix up a little bit more. And then we'll top that lid off. I'm going to use my heat gun and pop any surface bubbles. Spray a little alcohol. Now we're back and it's demold time. I went ahead and added that resin to the lid, but I didn't show it in the video. So it did take 230 milliliters for the top and the bottom. Ooh, look at that gold, y'all. That is beautiful. My goodness. I love these chrome powders so far. That gold is beautiful, but look at the mold. The mold is wonky. And it made the bottom of my pumpkin come out that way. See there? It's not level on the bottom. Which I'm going to take my deburring tool and, clean that off. But it still wasn't level at the bottom. And I know that's the bottom of the pumpkin and it's not going to matter, but still. And this isn't working using my deburring tool because we just demolded it. It's still too soft to be using this tool right now. So I'm going to have to put it to the side and finish that when it cures a little bit more. But yeah, the bottom of that is not right. It's completely off. But it's no big deal, I guess. It's the bottom and it sets down fine. It doesn't rock. But I can see where when I sprayed that alcohol in the mold, where it messed up my chrome powder that I brushed on in here. See, right there? That's from spraying the alcohol in there. I shouldn't have done that. Okay, let's demold our top here and see what we got. Oh no, I see a bubble, a big one. Oh, there's another one, y'all. I did not take my brush and go in the edges of this. And I'll tell you why I didn't do it. I was afraid it was going to mess my chrome powders up that I painted in there. So I'm going to have to redo the top. That's terrible. But I was afraid that if I went in the edges there, it would mess up my chrome powder that I just brushed on there. But we're going to have to do it. I'm going to have to go in there and brush it. I guess I'll just try to be real light-handed when I do it. Okay, I'm back and I'm brushing that our little leaf there with the green. And then I'm going to go ahead and paint the gold back in there. And we're going to go ahead and make another top. Okay, now this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to take my pliers here because I can't lift that with my hand. It won't work. My hand dips in the resin. So I'm lifting the edges up to make sure there's no bubble in any of those before I top the mold off. I poured a little bit of resin in there and I'm lifting that edge up just a little bit to make sure there's no bubble in there. Okay, we're good. I'm going to use my heat gun. And then we're going to go ahead and put the rest of this resin in here. And then we'll wait for it to cure and we'll check it out. Okay, I had a subscriber ask me how I do my cleanup. So I'm going to show you a little bit of how I do that. I have this bottle here and then this bottle here. The right side is what I spray a little bit of alcohol inside my mold to pop the bubbles. This one sprays a little bit harder, so I use it for cleanup. So I'm going to spritz that alcohol on my tools, and then I just go ahead and wipe my tools down and get them wiped up and cleaned. And I'm going to get my handles here too because they have resin on them, and I'm going to clean those up. I don't like to let my resin sit on things and cure and then pull it off. I like to go ahead and clean it right then. Because that resin, all of it doesn't ever really come off. Now these little clips here, I do tend to let them go ahead and cure. And then pick the resin off of them. Because it's super easy. They're silicone tipped. See? There's some on there that I let it cure. And I'm just going to pull it right on off. Right like that. So That's how I do those. Because I replace those a lot anyway. I get them from the Dollar Tree. So now I'm going to go ahead and clean up my silicone mat. Get it all cleaned up and ready for my next time I create. Spray a little bit more alcohol. And wipe it back down again. And I'll also show you how I clean my molds up too. I use a 91% alcohol. A lot of people use 99%. I use that sometimes too. It's just whatever I find on sale. I take the alcohol and I spray the outside of my mold. And I just take my hand and run it down the mold. And get it nice and cleaned off. And take my paper towel and just dab it and get it dry. And I just keep doing that until I get it cleaned. And I do this after each use of every mold. I don't care how tired I am. I take the time to clean my molds right then and store them right then. Now I'm going to wipe it down and dry it. We need a little bit more in there. That's not completely clean. Okay, it's all dried. Now I'm going to take my tape and I'm going to run it over the top here and the sides to get off any debris that may have stayed onto my mold. And any kind of tape will really do. A lot of people use the masking tape. Just whatever you prefer. And then I take my mold release spray. And I spray it inside of my mold to condition my mold for the next time to use it. And I flip it inside out to make sure I get every bit of the mold. Flip it back. And then I take my mold and I write on there how much it took of resin so that I'll know next time I use it. I just find anywhere that I can write it on the mold. And if I can't write it on the mold, then I'll write it on the bag that I store the mold in. And I always write on my bag where I purchased the mold at so that I'll know in case someone asks me and I don't remember. And then I seal my bag up and I hang it on a rack. I also use some vitamin E oil right here. And I put it in a little bottle that has a dropper on it. And I use this right here when I have a resin piece that's hard to get out of the mold. I'll drop some of this in the side of the mold and then I will squeeze and pop the piece right on out. Then I don't have to use the mold release spray on that mold because it will already be conditioned from this oil right here. Okay, now let's see if we got no bubbles in this top right here for our pumpkin. I am hoping and praying there is no bubbles in this one, because this type of lid right here is notorious for bubbles, you know, getting in there and hiding. And then when you demold it, you're like, oh no. So, yeah. Hopefully, we have a lid that looks perfect. Woohoo! Yes, y'all. Look at that. No bubbles. Thank goodness. Now, let's get this top off and get our new top on there. And apparently, you have to turn it just right to get it to fit on there. There we go. And there it is. It's beautiful. I love it. It's going to look so cute on my table for fall. And I want to do some more pumpkins too. So, yeah, I'm excited to do that. I have the molds already. I just, I'm trying to figure out some ideas for them. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how to clean up this part of the mold too while I'm at it. I just spray it with alcohol and get it cleaned up, making sure I get all that chrome powder off of it, because next time I use it, and I may choose to use a different color, I don't want this color, you know, getting into my new creation. So I just make sure that I get it nice and cleaned up and get it conditioned, and then I store it. I hope this helped out whoever that was trying to learn a little bit more about cleanup and stuff. And if not, then let me know, and I will go into even more detail for you if you would like. And then I'm going to take some tape here, and I'm going to clean the mold off. Maybe if there was any debris left behind, this will go ahead and get it off. And then it'll be ready to use next time I use it. And I'm going to spray it with the mold release spray. And then go ahead and store it in my bag. Now let's go ahead and take these lights right here and see what they'll look like inside of our pumpkin. Because our pumpkin looks, you know, like you'll be able to see through it really good if you put some lights in there. So let's check that out and see. Trying to get that lid back on there perfectly. And there it is. It's so cute. Look at that. The lights look so pretty inside of it. You could also put a light in here that's made for the pumpkins that you carve. You know, some of the flashing lights or the ones that change colors. And that would be beautiful too. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab those lights out of there and cut it off. What do you guys think about this pumpkin? Do y'all like the chrome powders that I used by Let's Resin? I'm so excited to try out all the other colors that are in that kit. It's about that time, my friends, for a sweet goodbye, and I will see you tomorrow. In the meantime, may God bless you and keep you safe. Goodbye, my friends.